This is 5 a.m. motivation, January 27th. Death of a legend. And normally when I do these, I have notes. I have everything kind of planned out. But today I'm just kind of just doing this really from the heart. I want to dedicate this session to 3 friends of mine. Sean McDermott, Pete Mickelson, and Walker Harrell, aka W. They were the 3 biggest Kobe Bryant fans that I know, and I've been around all 3 of them, and each of them, when I'm around one, I always think of the other because they remind me of each other because they all love him the same amount. And everybody knows that I'm a big LeBron James fan, but if you can sit here and say that you don't respect what Kobe did for the game, I respect his tenacity and his will to win, then you're just a hater. And I was not a hater. I didn't grow up liking Kobe as one of my favorite players, but I respected him 100% and what he did, and especially later in his career as he evolved into being more of a mentor and to others. I can relate to his tenacity and will to win and will for excellence in life. If anybody knows me, knows that that's how I am. I go 110% in what I do, and if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Compete on every level. And I feel like on my levels of life, I've always competed. I wanted to talk and do this today in dedication to those 3 guys and to Kobe and his family and the other survivors. The other families who lost somebody in that helicopter yesterday. First off, when I found out the news, like many of you, I was just going about my day. I actually happened to be with my family out of town watching my girls play basketball at their basketball tournament. So it was kind of a surreal moment. I couldn't process, exactly what the person had told me. And then immediately after, somebody walked by me and told me I got a text from Matt Willis. And he had texted me the information, so I had like a double notification. And then minutes later, found out that maybe possibly his daughter or daughters was with him, and once that was confirmed, that's where it really just hit home. That's one thing about Kobe, but his daughter's life was just getting started, and the things that she was going to accomplish with her life, that hit home for a lot of us because a lot of us have daughters and sons, and the reason why I wanted to do this today is because I know a lot of us are hurting. I know a lot of people are hurting and can't process and understand tragedy, and this is these types of things happen all the time, but it happened to somebody that the whole world knew. And so many people are saying, like, how can I cry and feel this way over somebody I never met is because that's how important he was to the world. Not just the world of sports, but just in general. If anybody has that will to win and that competitive spirit and that motivation to inspire and to help others, you gotta feel this today. You don't have to be a Laker fan or a Kobe Bryant super fan to feel this today. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible tragedy, and in my 38 years on this earth, it's got to be the worst thing that I've witnessed, as far as like a celebrity being taken from us. And that's exactly what it feels like he was just taken. Like the horrible thing about it is that he was just about to start his life. Like, I know he was here and he made a bunch of money and he had all these accolades in basketball, but that wasn't even what I felt was important. Like, this man was human. He had so much more to give, and he was about to give it his all. And this is what I want to talk about, because it's like, why? It's the why. Why did this happen? Why him? Why this? And I know there's people out there who believe, who don't believe, who believe and still doubt, who just don't believe. And I want to talk to those out there who are hurting, who have that why, and outside of Kobe, who've had their own tragedies, and it's affected their faith on God. And I just want to tell you this: God God does not kill. God saves lives. He resurrects. Okay. He created us. We're his children. He doesn't want us. He doesn't kill us. Now, I'm no pastor, but I have faith, and I understand this part of it. I'm not going to hit you with Bible verses. I'm just going to hit you with my heart and how I've always felt about God in this world since that day on the bus as a 12-year-old when God spoke to me. We are creatures in this world, and there's so many different elements that go on. There's so many different puzzle pieces. And one thing can affect another. We take a risk every morning when we walk out of our door. That's why it's so important that we say goodbye to our loved ones, that we make sure our relationships are intact. And that's why it's important that we strive for excellence like Kobe did. So for everybody out there that is hurting for Kobe, just know that he lived his life to the fullest. He gave every ounce to everything he did, 110%. And his daughter did too. Everything that she had accomplished up to this point, she strived for excellence. She motivated and inspired a generation. And for that should give you peace in this tragedy. Because that's what God wants us to do while we're here. He wants us to pursue excellence. He wants us to live in his kingdom and take advantage of the opportunities around us to go and get it, because this life is too short. But he does not kill. Now, what he does do is give us life on this earth, and he opens up the gates for us in heaven when we do pass away. And Kobe and Gigi would not want us today or any day to not be motivated to continue on. They would want us to have that fire and that tenacity to do things in their name. My daughter said that she was going to write Gigi's name on her shoes, and we vowed that we would dedicate her basketball as long as she plays. Every game that she steps on the court, we're going to do it not only for herself but for Gigi, because her mom, her sisters, Kobe, they're not going to be able to see her play again. I don't want you guys to miss my point that I said God does not kill. He gave us Kobe Bryant. He gave us 20 years. He gave Kobe Bryant that tenacity, that fire. He gave him the talent, and Kobe Bryant took advantage of that talent. There was an interview so many interviews, but one I remember that they played when he was just drafted, and he said, I'm going to go out and give it my all. I'm going to work my butt off, and I'm going to not be scared, and I'm going to go out there and do my thing. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And that's what we have to do. That's what he wants us to do at this very moment, is whatever that we're working on at this time and that we want to continue and what we're dreaming about. And we might have a little fear or doubt in ourselves. Kobe wouldn't want that for you. You know, I think we may have missed something. It's almost as if, there's always this debate about who's the best basketball player ever, the GOAT, and it's always about Michael and LeBron. And this, like I said, we're trying to process this, and this is one of the things that I was thinking yesterday is like, was Kobe's life in the basketball aspect of things, was he sacrificed, his life sacrificed for us to recognize his greatness that maybe we didn't appreciate and maybe a lot of people overlooked? Was he sacrificed for the sake of that argument? Because you know what they say, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And let's be honest, Kobe's name universally was never really brought up in that GOAT conversation, but he was really the closest thing to Michael Jordan as far as the championships, as far as the will to win, and as far as the way that he played and his killer instinct. And that's why it's important that we have to be in the moment when these types of people come and they win and they show us their greatness, and not to hate on them. And I admit I was not the biggest Kobe Bryant fan at the beginning because he did image Jordan so much. And I was such a Jordan fan, and I was so sad that Jordan was gone that I didn't like the fact that he played like him, moved like him, and all that other stuff. But as I grew up and as Kobe grew up, all that went away, and I respected his game and what he was doing. So I'm glad that I was able to come to those grips. But a lot of people probably didn't, and if you are a LeBron hater, a Tiger Woods hater, Mahomes hater, Tom Brady hater, like, just take a step back and just watch and just say, like, man, that's amazing. You don't have to be a fan to respect, because it could all be gone, and like that, just like that. And on another thing that I was trying to process is how, like, surreal this was, and this had to be for LeBron James. Like, literally Saturday night, in Philadelphia, in Kobe Bryant's hometown, where his father played professional basketball, LeBron surpassed him on the all-time scoring list. LeBron gave a speech after the game. Kobe Bryant, last tweet that he did was thanking LeBron James. That just shows you the type of person he was, because he immediately tweeted once LeBron passed him, and then the next day he's gone. And LeBron and the Lakers find out while they're in the air flying back home to Los Angeles. I mean, could you imagine? You know, my wife said one thing. She's like, for people like LeBron and Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods, it's almost like they're watching their own death happen, because this is what it would be when they go. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I wouldn't want to wish this on any person, not just Kobe Bryant, those other families. I mean, think about that family that got on the helicopter. Maybe that was their first time. Maybe they were so excited that they got to ride in the helicopter. Kobe been riding in that helicopter his whole career. It was not something that was just happened. Like that was his normal day-to-day transportation. I don't know if you've ever been to LA, but it's busy. The traffic is crazy, and he would just fly in his helicopter to games, to practices, to wherever. He was on his way to his daughter's basketball game. Just being a father, a normal day, waking up. And I can't stop thinking, like, his last thoughts when they knew that their lives were about to end. Like, could you imagine? You see all these photos of him so close to Gigi at the games. Like, was he by her? And I bet at that moment, just like the man he was after basketball and then at the end of his career, giving back, being a father, at that moment I know that he did not even care about his own life, that he was solely thinking about his daughter's life, and everything was flashing before his eyes about his daughter. So my motivation for you guys today is that Kobe would want you to continue your excellence pursuit of it. He would want you to give your 110% on everything that you're doing. He would want you to be a better father, a better husband. He would want you to inspire, to motivate, to live every day like it's your last, because one day it will be your last. And even though he's gone, he accomplished so much, and he gave us so much, this world so much, and God gave him those abilities. God did not kill, but God did open those gates for him. There's so many variables in this world. Spiritual warfare. The devil's working, and it's always the good ones that go. But when they are here, they give us so much to remember and to build off of. So if you're in that hurt today, that's how I want you to get through this tragedy. His life was nothing short of excellence. His daughter's 13 years on this earth was nothing short of excellence. What she gave to the game in her short career, she was a beast. He would want you to go Mamba with your life and be a beast. Again, this is 5 a.m. Motivation. I dedicate this to Sean McDermott, Pete Mickelson, Walker Harrell, aka W, and the whole Laker Nation. I'm sorry for your loss.